Squad X was the Earth Spirit player we saw yesterday who was like second in net worth against the Viper and just absolutely took over that game. So let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, definitely like a game in which Earth Spirit is the one that is maybe setting the tempo. Meanwhile, the other one is responding to that tempo on the Sand King. And Sand King is the best hero to do that. Like he's always been the best hero to counter your attacks, to maybe TP and get a good EP if you're chasing someone. But of course, Squad X on the Earth Spirit will be the one that finds it easier to rotate and create space from that minute 6 rune, basically, if it's a good one. Even earlier, Sand King will be getting the blink though, I guess, right? Like fast blink is really good this game for them, like you mentioned it. I feel like it's blink on Sand King and Aghanim's blink on Beast, and you're ready for one move.
So then the question is going to be like, okay, we're speaking about the Sand King, that blink should be a pretty decent timing, but then the Beastmaster, that's probably like, I mean, what is a good timing? You're saying Scepter blink, like 19 minutes, maybe 18. So I don't even know. Maybe that's a bit too early. I'm not sure. So we'll see like when he's going to be able to find that, because that is still what we saw. The game with the Spectre previously, I think, was over at like maybe in 18 minutes or something. So
yeah, he might not even buy it. Like right now, he's queuing up Urn and most likely a Blade Mail, so he just wants to be as active as possible. I don't even mind that too much. I feel like that's the usually, I'm not sure, like usually it was one or the other. Like you get an Urn and you can already sustain yourself to farm with mana, and you can gank, you get those charges, or you get Blade Mail and you just farm with it and you fight as well whenever an opportunity arises. We'll see what he goes for afterwards. But some Manta Skadi eventually is really good this game.
How is the
Maybe even
matchup
Link.
in Sorry, go finish your point.
I think the matchup versus the Gyro you wanted to ask, I guess.
Yes, because last time you were speaking about the Morphling and like it was very favored for the Spectre, and maybe a big reason why Woe went the Midas route.
Yeah, versus Gyro, I don't think it's as good as versus Morph. It's still a solid matchup, but I don't think it's as good as versus Morphling. As Gyro also comes online much faster.
I don't know if you win this on the Gyrocopter. Like, yeah, you're trying to fight around with the Flak Cannon. You've got some stick and fairies, but it's not going to matter. You'll do your best to last hit the boars, but you're only going to get one. And now Ike as well will be chased down. Blood Grenade if needed from Rainy, and that will not be required. This is a double kill, and we were questioning, like, you know, what timings the Beastmaster going to get Scepter, and if he goes Blink. And, well, a double kill really speeds it up.
Yeah, you generally don't want to give an offlane a first blood and double kill this early on. Generally, that's not considered a good idea. Like this Beastmaster, I don't know, like he's not buying anything right now. I guess he wants to figure out what exactly he's going to even buy. Let's see. You can still go Helm of Overlord even versus Doom. I suppose it wouldn't be that terrible.
Yeah, I wonder, maybe it feels like... Because the Helm could be really important for the lane, considering the spam that we're going to see. Like, they're using Drinking Buddies and then Flak Cannon just running them down, so...
It's like... why I'm saying this is also because of the way the lane started. I feel like because of it, you might get a very quick Dominator and then just start rolling over the lane. He's got some null for the mana first. Also, respectable. Get the mana regen, get some extra mana as well.
Let's see how the other side lane's going. Tara's looking for some shenanigans, wrapping around, trying to play with the battery. So this is a double melee into a Jakiro, so... Like, yeah, okay, if you're going to be able to get on top of the Jakiro, then could be a little bit frustrating for her, but... This is someone who, if you can play a range with the spells...
Is Jakiro a her? Is it a she?
I don't know. Yeah, it thing. Dragon.
Maybe they're
master.
one of each. They have two heads.
True. So
maybe they have both things, you know. Yeah, notice this.
Virtus?
Maybe even that, yeah. Those
Always
two
gonna
heads
wave
are
them
hitting.
goodbye. They do be hitting indeed.
They are really strong in this lane. Even if they catch this Jakiro in like some cogs plus battery assault, I feel like, I don't know, you have two heads, you hit those cogs and you run away. We'll see. Like he's a lane dominating hero for sure.
Which, is that something that you need when you're playing with a Spectre? Because we have seen this hero be a little bit weak in the lane.
Yeah, of course. It's like one of the best things that you can get with her top lane Hoodwink. He should be fine, right? This might even be a kill on Tusk. Oh, TP.
Nice TP.
Nice TP, Kappa.
Okay, never mind.
Kappa, nice TP. He might live because of it, though.
Okay, now the Hawk proc. They're going to be able to get the slow as well from the bounce.
And that nice TP now makes sure that he doesn't even have a TP for mid or for top. That was a very nice TP. Very, very nice. For one move, I mean.
Yeah, I know. I was saying, I was joking. I was being sarcastic. For one move, I thought it was a really good TP as well. No, yeah, you didn't see? Easy gold for Reyne.
Yeah. Even the Clockwork took more damage than he dealt in those cogs. Like, he needs to be careful. Usually, you don't even want to make that move until you're level 3, which he did get right now. Level 3 is basically when you actually deal some damage on Clockwork. Level 2 is still pretty bad.
Squad X might be able to get the top water rune as well. Is he going to go for the roll? No, okay. And the reason why I bring it up is because he rolled for the one down bottom and Difference tried to Burrow Strike to get closer but wasn't able to, and then Squad X was almost able to steal the secondary one to top lane. Nice bushwhack. Kiritich falling a little bit low, but the use of the flak cannon is going to push them back. Do you have any thoughts on why we might be getting the drinking buddies in particular in this game from Ike?
Not really sure. Like, he went... he took drinking buddies to bot lane, Rainy.
Fire ain't gonna matter in the end. Now Woe's gonna be a little bit cautious too. Will not continue to try and fight into the Doom along with the Clockwork. Back to top we go. Kiritich now. Also committed for the kill. Snowball might actually get him out, but another round of the axes is there in time. Damage is enough for the Beastmaster. Is killing spree for him now.
That's a very big Beastmaster. Like we talked about who's gonna lift the game. Who can lift the most? This guy is carrying the game right now for sure. 3,000 net worth on the Beast.
We'll see, maybe the Earth Spirits rotations could be important then for them to get rid of the spree that the Beastmaster is playing with. Try and catch the Gyrocopter back up and potentially even stop these stacks that are going on as well.
By the way, drinking buddies maybe against Ice Bat and Hoodwink, it's not too bad. Antares.
Trying to get this kill into the Sand King with the first Magnetize. They're going to be able to... Rhine as well, they're going to be able to find the Chikiros. So double for Squad X. First use of the Magnetize is good for Tuit. These are treads and plus more gold as well. He is now pole vaulted himself to the top net worth position by a long shot as well.
Yeah, that's really good from him. His bottle is going to get refilled as well by the Clockwork. All the region back up on him, and now they want to invade the jungle and see what's happening with those stacks. A triple and another triple. Triple.
Invade the jungle or invade the wisdom. They are bringing 3 and Radiant are bringing 4. They are ready for this. We're going to have an all-out brawl with a double bushwhack and all the AoE spells. All of a sudden, they run into a bad position with the epicenter already layered down. It's just a committal for the wisdom. And maybe they're going to come out on top because look at the cooldown. Kiritich, he came over for it. What's going on? They both got denied. What the Dude. What the absolute mess was that?
I guess Quadix is the only one left alive and remaining. Too bad Spectre didn't have level 6, by the way. If he had level 6, he joins. Gyro is probably one of the strongest heroes at this early part of the game when it comes to the amount of damage that he can deal, and he just showcased that perfectly. They didn't get the Wisdom Rune, but they got he got the kill on the Beast, he got the kill on Hoodwink. Kiritich is very happy with what just happened. It's crazy that WoW was still level 5. Like, because Jakiro already, the Gyro already had 6 and a bit. If Spectre has 6, that fight is different.
Must have killed a lot of boars and hawks. Kiritich.
Yep.
Well, they're gonna go on him now though. Both supports looking to play around with the assistance of the Spectre. Kiritich, unfortunately, he'll get some support. It's gonna come pretty slow though, but Squad X with a double damager, and he is lacking some mana. Needs the bottle sips, given some time. Woe will look for the TP out, and Tara's gonna get in range. Ooh, nice TP. That one is a bit better than the last one. Now, Ryan, it's gonna be caught as well.
That. Yeah, that's Jakiro. I wonder, was there maybe a okay? Almost joked him. I'm thinking maybe there was a chance for Antares to just cog and hit one of the cogs to cat Spectre. I'm not sure. But in any case, nice little recovery for one move.
Very much needed one as well. Gets a Spectre involved. Ike is also going to see difference on bottom. The action will continue. Squad X going to come through the portal. And the ultimate from Kiritich was on point as well, clipping the Hoodwink over to the west side. We'll not be able to catch up the difference though, but this early game is great. We got 19 kills at 9 minutes.
Yeah, yesterday we had one of those games where nothing was happening for 20 minutes, but this is much, much better. I just want to see the Spectre activated with the Blade Mail. Like, Blade Mail in this game looks incredibly strong, but is she gonna be tanky enough to sustain that? See?
Very nicely done. Beastmaster scan inside the river. I mean, what difference as well under the tower? I mean, yeah, you can try and play around with the epicenter. Squad X has got Blade Mail. So his own, it's going to be able to sustain through the AoE damage and kick from afar. This guy is a incredible Earth Spirit player.
Yeah, he plays very well, like hits all those kicks. Ronaldo on the Earth Spirit, gonna get maybe, top rune gonna get blocked, but he does get a bottle refill once again. It's so important, by the way. I know I'm emphasizing it a lot, but just making sure that your mid laner is always healthy and has resources, especially if it's an Earth Spirit. It's very important. They will have Spectre ulti in like 5 seconds, so maybe they can defend this. There's no magnetize, of course.
Lacking some of the ultimates over the supports, which could be very important. The damage inside these fights, we're seeing it be a bit of an issue. 2,000 health from Squad X, 1,500 on the Doom.
It's just the Beast.
Some beefy boys.
The Beast is their highest net worth hero, and he's just farming away. He doesn't want to join these fights. He's farming his Aghanims, 800 gold away from it. And I get it. You know, like, it's a huge, huge power spike, so you want to wait for it. At the same time, you gave up your mid tier 1, you gave up the bot tier 1. You gave up a lot of map control.
A lot of map control and a lot of gold as well. Difference is about to get the blink completed, which maybe can start to open things up. You have this observer ward still up top by the small camp that can maybe catch out Kiritich on his farming pattern behind the tower. So we'll see if they look for an attempt towards there when they have the blink on the Sand King. As for Dire, we got. Notice he's still going to be going pipe though here. Sanjin Yasha queued up as well. See the smoke. No one currently home of the triangle. They're going to have to go even further west to contest this. The Beastmaster farming the stacks, and you've got Not Me standing on the right side. So it looks like the Hoodwink is going to be able to pop the smoke. Nice sharpshooter as well. Will give time for the Jakiro to TP, and it's only a level 5 Jakiro. They're going to dump everything on the Earthsprite, but this guy's tanky. Squad X, especially with the shield rune as well, you're not killing him. You used every spell to try and deal with the Earthsprite, and now what have you got left? Difference is going to be able to find Antares over to the right side. They did have this opportunity to juke and use the tier 2 tower as a bodyguard, but now you've got to be cautious about the cooldown, which will land onto Not Me on the southern side. The Earthsprite went a little bit too far though, but it's got the boys to be able to continue. They have no remorse, nothing to fear. Virtus.pro, they are running over this game. Rhines tries to juke over to the right side. Woe will come through. Spectre gets in front of him at the end. That's a big streak to find. That was a godlike streak. So some much needed goal going to the pocket of the carry on one move.
Yeah, I would say that's massive. Like that, this kill, it was a disaster. It was basically almost game over the way they fought. But now you have a haunt on your Spectre again. And he might just go mid, unnoticed.
Gonna try. Did he go a little bit too early though? My difference is in. Jumps over the top, is able to find that last little bit of damage they need, and back-to-back really important kills for one move.
I was just gonna praise Virtus.pro and how well they were playing that whole engagement, but it also came off of one move. The roar, you know, like it got used before Aghanims was completed on Beastmaster, so he didn't really have the damage. Aghanims got completed during that fight, so a bit unfortunate. For them to fight there while he's completing it. Also, these boys on Virtus.pro are just so tanky. Snowball was really doing some extra work in that fight. Yep. Now he has not only the Snowball but Pavis.
They ain't jumping. I see.
There you go. Mike. That's the like Ice Pad combos are broken by Drinking Buddy, so I guess that's the main reason why it's picked. Plus, it's really good with Gyro.
Bottom lane, notice he's getting ganked. Beastmaster's still under smoke at the moment. So maybe Notice was thinking some of the other heroes were a little bit further away, but Woe jumped early.
Yeah, I mean, he lifted his arms up to use that roar, but wasn't really there. The drums phases Windlace from Doom, just making him extra speedy. He's doing the more meta build now. Like back in the day it was all about the blink, now it's all about the drums phases, getting that BKB and utility earlier.
Oh. What a how I don't know how Antares read that, but he read their Roshing as soon as they walked in the pit. See what Dai want to do about it though. Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah, Beastmaster is one of those heroes that just wants to take Rosh immediately as soon as he gets Ags. I think that's one of the reasons why it was so easily read.
Oh, I run into Antares. Instant cogs. Makes it a little bit awkward in one move. Have to think if this is that initial jump they want to go for. Notice is ready, trying to find the Doom angle. They got the epicenter in as well. A heavy committal onto a BKB target. Squad X got it off in time. And now it's not the fight they were hoping for. Disaster breaks out. One move. They got to cut their losses. Whoa. He'll juke over to the east. Looks like he might be able to escape. They will not get a glimpse of him on the retreat, but quick fingers from Squad X.
This is like one of the reasons why taking down the tier 1 tower is so important on these side lanes. Like tier 1 tower basically on the safe lanes on both sides enables you to defend or take Rosh much easier. And like usually in this situation you have to wrap around and hit them from the stairs, like wrap around the tier 1 tower. But they couldn't find that angle and they just got ran into. Like the Doom and the Earth Spirit, like they're so big that they just don't care. They just run into them with BKB Blade Mail.
And like, I understand that was a fight where you dumped everything on a BKB target. Like you thought you were gonna get your spells off beforehand, but dude, this is about to be a pipe as well on Notice. We've already seen a lack of damage, and I feel like that's going to be even more prevalent now with this item.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, and they're not lacking any damage. Like, they're not lacking any damage just from spells. It's not even the items. Gyro is bringing a lot, of course. He's got crit and Aghanims now completed. He's really big. But the true damage that they're dishing out is basically magic. Like, you got a lot just out of Magnetize, out of Rocket Barrage, out of Cooldown, of course.
What's the probability? 69% for Virtus.pro. Got the Blink now on the Beastmaster, so 18 minutes. But we have really not seen the Blink from Difference really be much of a factor in the early game. Like this Picos again, like we were saying, it's definitely a bit of a different draft than what they had last time with the Spectre, but they've not been finding these vital kills.
And they've also been outplayed here and there, right? Like it's not only... Sometimes it's not only about the draft and about the heroes, it's also about the way you play the game, and so far Virtus.pro in 70% of these engagements have been just a bit faster with the buttons, and they made the moves on time. They didn't give them any leeway to like finish Ags and then fight. They always strike first. I think that's really the big difference maker in this game.
They are going to capitalize though on this advantage in the lead they've got. The Radiant's still far, far from being completed for Woe. They're going to try and give up the area.
It's like Radiance is still good on Spectre, I guess, you know, it's still a very nice item for her, but it's not like you have the old Haunt plus Radiance. You've got Shadow Step Radiance, right? It's not as potent. It's still very strong, but it might not be as big of a power spike as it used to be.
Might not even get to that position anyway to be able to see it. Kiritich is... We'll see if this is going to be a real siege or just trying to send some of the heroes back.
Yeah, it's just the good old let's force high ground so they go back. They might have to because... I mean, let's see what they do, because minute 20 is coming up. Tormentors are easily taken by both sides. Antares is already setting up though. Like he's already got a ward and a sentry on top of his own Tormentor. It's a really cool play. Like preemptive movement to know if they try to snatch that Tormentor.
I think we've spoken a lot about his item builds recently with the clock and what we've seen from him, but I think another thing that I've been really impressed by is just his read overall of the map and where he's been rocket flaring. Like very often he's on point on where someone is farming, and even if it's on like their side of the map, like at their triangle, you know, he's happy to continue spamming it to try and push out any waves to assist in that way as well. So I really like watching him play Clockwork.
Yep, so far has been on point in all of these games. One tower after another they're losing, and whoa, right now, like he might even get gone on.
I can't be here. Cannot be here at all.
Such an easy kill as well to make.
Oh, look at the lines drawn on the map.
Oh no.
They're not good lines.
Yeah. There are some good lines, but those are definitely not them. Yeah, yikes.
What is the frustration even? Like, oh, top lane, okay, Kiritich. They'll try and dump everything for the Aegis. They're not even going to get the kill. Snowball is under the Beastmaster, however, so still... Difference going to get some value out of the epicenter. Kiritich pops his BKB on the first snipe, but it's not going to matter because Antares and Notice, they've come to the party. But the Cogs holds in on them outside the base. And Kiritich going to be able to chase down with the Beastmaster, but the crit will find another. So yes, you get two of the Ages, but everything continues to go right for the boys on VP.
Look at that damage dealt by Gyro. It's insane. 5k damage in that fight. He even popped the BKB when he was like on 15-20% HP. And I thought it might be a bit crazy there, just respawn and, you know, then use it. But this way, he actually made sure that his teammates can go in and finish off some of these targets. Again, 15k advantage for Virtus.pro. This game is looking rough.
Bottom, they're trying to set up on the Earth Spirit, but they're tipping underneath an observer ward. So this go is not going to work, and maybe they can even think about setting up a bait potentially. VP swing some extra numbers down to the right side of the map, but maybe they want the Tormentor instead of any further fight.
Doom Shard, eh? The one that didn't work recently. The last TI. Yeah, like, he's got his shard now. He's going at S and Y. It seems like I've seen Yasha and Kaya as well being purchased every now and then. I mean, after all, it's Doom. He can sell and buy whatever he wants to eventually. If he wants to have that Doom faster, he can sell S and Y and buy the Kaya component.
Bottom lane. Oh, Kiritic reacts with the BKB in time, and now difference. He used his own, but unfortunately his teleport is on cooldown. So far, there has been some great reactions out of the boys on VP, popping their BKBs at the perfect moment.
And also, there's always Ike around to help you out. Without even blink, like, this man has been saving heroes. Very nicely played so far by the Tusk. And truly, this game... Oh, hook.
Tars? I'm pulling the Spectre on Tars. We'll pay over to the right side, making sure there's no opportunity for the Spectre to be able to get a return kill. But now Kiritic is here with the damage.
Earth Spirit
more
in the
fight
back.
down to the south. Yeah, we got another fight breaking out. Earth Spirit. The Magnetar is going to get the last proc. We'll be able to connect it onto the Beastmaster. Now notice is happy to chase.
This is
There's
maybe
some
game
buybacks
even.
available. See how deep they're going to continue to go. I mean, they're just the AoE damage, man.
I mean, at this point, if you're not buying back and punishing them, I don't know. I guess they didn't have the control, but you have the Sand King, like, you have a stun. They're diving your fountain. You have 3 buybacks and you're using 0. There's a full Satanic now on this gyro. Yeah, I guess... I don't know. The Spectre was way too close to Sacred Relic to buy back 300 gold away. Now this lead is just growing.
And it's insurmountable, to be honest at this stage. It's probably been that way for quite some time as well. But I know Dota Plus has always loved Spectre, but 15% is absolutely ridiculous. It's just absolutely no way. I don't know if Squad X can get this Earth Spirit again as well. Like 12, 1, and 9? What are we looking at? Like his... Dude, this guy on Earth Spirit, everyone's performing so incredibly well. I've spoken about Antares on the clockwork. Like, Ike, this game has been so great with his snowballs. And look at his position, like, always behind Kiritic, just making sure they're protected. Speaking of Kiritic, your lane was, like, okay, a little bit weird. But also, he farmed up incredibly well and made a good rotation to contest the Wisdom Rune. They're thinking about going on to the Doom, but, I mean, let's see. Difference. Oh, that sums up the game.
Yep.
And they're coming, actually.
Absolutely.
They're gonna be quick.
They have to go through the Twin Gate, all of them. Yeah, if there was a Rocket Flare, maybe they'd catch someone. But without the Rocket Flare, they can't really do it. What they can do, though, is just wait for Rosh. I think that's probably... Gyro wants to go through, though. Okay, they want to fight instead. I was thinking you can just wait for Rosh. It's up in 10 seconds.
Oh, they're under a ward. You get the D ward? No, he won't. They will dodge further around. They don't want the Jakiro. They want the pick a target. That's going to be woe.
Oh, no. This man just finished Radiance. And he's really strong if he doesn't get gone on. But noticed?
Okay, Notice could have run straight into them. Without the BKB being activated early on, they're going to make sure there's no opportunity. Ike a little bit too far away. Nice shards, though. He's got the BKB, but there's no way you're escaping escaping, especially with Antares or the Tusk to be able to counter that.
Anyone else? Jakiro is caught, maybe Sand King as well. Can they find the Sand King? No, they can't. Yeah, this game is just... The lead, even with these 3 kills, the lead didn't actually expand at all, which is crazy. It's still 22k. Now they can go back into the pit, take that one out. There's a full Daedalus now on the gyrocopter. Like, he is... Like, okay, you can still replace Falcon Blade and Power Treads, but this is more than enough already.
Man, oh man. Level 24 for Kiritich. Gonna have Aegis along with Banner. Okay, Antares. Is he... Oh, they're actually looking to fight Antares. Quick U-turn. Squad X coming over with the Arcane Rune. Could be a kill onto the Hoodwink. He's gonna... We'll teach him for making this attempt. You're not touching me, says the voice. He's gonna come help.
Yeah, it was the Spectre that went in and tried to set up, but it's a much different game between Spectre this time and the last game they played. Because this time around it's the Spectre that's initiating kinda, and they don't really have an easy way. They do a Beast, Sand King with blinks, but it's not like... How to put it? They need to commit a lot, at least at this point, to make the Spectre get any kills.
Smoking again, but you're about to run into... It's not just a hero alone. They're all grouped up. I mean, maybe the Clockwork's about to show this is 2500 health in Antares. And there's a tier 1 tower nearby as well. But he will die pretty goddamn quickly.
Nice pickup. You know, just slowing down this push perhaps. They can't go bottom 4v5. They have to fix the lanes a little bit, top lane, mid lane. Then they can consider continuing this push. Kiritich actually going for a Lincoln Sphere. Playing into Roar, into Sand King stun. Not the worst item to get. Difference? He's got Blink. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it from Kiritich. I mean, it's probably, if this is, like you said, you know, there's some things that Lincoln's going to protect you against, and if you feel like this is the item that can help you maybe go high ground. I mean, you have a 25,000 net worth lead at 30 minutes. If you're struggling to go high ground, I feel like maybe it's just you're not walking up. You know, you don't need extra damage. You haven't needed damage for a while. You're just making sure you don't die.
Yep. Probably getting a pick off first and then going high ground would be better. But you could also just put this gyro on the high ground, I feel like, and protect him. He goes in and hits. That's it. If someone wants to fight him, they're free to do so. And yeah, they're doing exactly that now.
Spectre's unfortunately a little bit away from the BKB. I still think 3/4 a component left. And they're looking like they're going to give up this full set of barracks. And this will go free for Virtus.pro. And you still have plenty of time with the Aegis left. Another 2 minutes 20.
What were these quarters that you talked about on Spectre? About BKB?
Yeah, 3/4 of the way.
That's 3 pieces.
Yeah, I meant... Yeah, okay, that's not... I meant 3/4 of the way towards the last item.
I see, I see.
Like the last component.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on, dude.
They are smoking up, let's see. That BKB is up as well. It's 4/4 purchased.
Noticed? I don't know if you saw the Glimmer Cape tier armor. They got a read of something going on, and they're gonna thwart this straight away. Doomed up the Sand King. Yeah, your Bloodstone's cool. Nice lifesteal, bro. And nice chance. Not me stuck outside the base. And
Yep.
last set of barracks.
Like the question is now, do you just GG? Do you try a fight? They have Haunt. Let's go.
They're gonna try for tires. They'll be able to get the kill, but that is a lot committed for just the clockwork. That's your BKB.
In the
The
back.
spell's on cooldown. Now, they've also caught the Beastmaster outside the base as well, who doesn't have a buyback. And this is going to be game one. Virtus.pro absolutely just beat down the boys on rating, and they're going to give some tips over to Woe as well. They might know something's going on. They're going to try and tilt him a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. He looked a bit tilted in this game. I hope the tilt doesn't continue. And you know what? Like, he had teams that are, you know, like a lot of big names are on the brink of elimination or being eliminated already. I love this Dazzle set, by the way.
Yeah, you a fan of it?
Yeah, I love. Look at that hat, man. Look at those green eyes. I love. It's really cool. It's like he's from some carnival of rust, you know, just showing up. I like it.
And my guy he'd be swagged out with the top hat. I respect it. He got drip, as the young kids would say.
Yep.
This is a interesting movement. They see? I don't think they
All
saw.
the way around.
And where are they going? Okay, this is quite the angle for no one to be home. Difference is chilling under the tower. And we are going to get ourselves underway here with our second game. Let's see how one move are going to be able to perform. We got some again. I mean, I know we're kind of memeing throughout the drop. We got some interesting heroes. So I'm really excited to see how this game is going to break out.
Yeah, I think Dazzle is. It is a hero that's super popular in CIS. Like, it is a lane dominator that's basically you're rushing Aghanims and then you start fighting with it and you're trying to just end the game as soon as possible. Later on, of course, you can have
some interesting heroes. So I'm really excited to see how this game is going to break out.
Yeah, I think Dazzle is. It is a hero that's super popular in CIS. Like, it is a lane dominator that's basically you're rushing Aghanims and then you start fighting with it and you're trying to just end the game as soon as possible. Later on, of course, you can have this Grave almost constantly up. The heals, the damage, you farm fast. It's such a nice hero in general. The Poison Bloom as well on Poison Touch in the lane is nasty to deal with. Only issue I see maybe is like he's laning with Nyx, not really the strongest laner, but he's laning with Nyx into Ench, so it kind of evens it out, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. Like you were saying, I mean, maybe originally you thought the reason why this hero was picked is the fact that he was going to go mid, so they obviously feel like, what, the Sand King versus the Ember, I also don't remember, did we see this yesterday? I think we did, right? And it went even, or am I
think like every lane with Sand King in the mid lane is even at this point. Like, he doesn't really win any lanes, he doesn't really lose any lanes, he just farms mid, then goes to jungle, farms it as well. In bot lane, First Blood. Alright, yeah. Like, we did say this lane is nasty. Shadow Fiend plus Tusk, yeah.
I was going to say, scary if you're going to be able to land the shards and get those raises going, so it looks like that was the case. Kiritich with the First Blood Gold has got Null and a Band of the Elven skin coming out, so we'll be lacking some mana, but I imagine the Null will probably going to keep the raises for a little bit till he can get enough to maybe make another attempt. So like the Terrorblade as well, I mean, is going to have the funnest time with all the magic damage that they have down bottom, so...
Yep.
All this armor, cool and all.
There's like always a way to play a lane. And they did pick TB into this, so they know what's gonna happen. But I still find it maybe easier to play for SF and Tusk than for the TV. Antares, yeah, taking a lot of damage. Even if they don't have the creeps, they can still zone him out and dish out. Maybe just use enchant on him, slow him down, and follow up with rocket barrage. That's more than good enough to zone these two for now, at least. Yep, I was honestly still surprised they didn't just put Dazzle mid. I feel like he would own this lane. The only issue is you would have, yeah, I mean, Sand King offlane is trash, so that's 100% the reason why they didn't do it.
So you're going to have a mid laner who can be a little bit more active potentially. See if it is going to be like that Blink Rush. Honestly, been probably the games that we've seen from VP. Squad X has been the standout mid player. Bottom, not me. Nice use of the dead shot. Level 3 now, so with that 2 points in the raise, they were looking to make a go, but spells from Dire are going to push them away, especially with that Metamorphosis getting activated as well.
This is, I believe, the first meta, right? At least that we are
Yes.
seeing on the screen. With it, they should be able to pressure the SF a bit more, but Kiritich so far is like top of the CS charts when it
He's
comes to
destroying.
net worth, of course. Yeah, he's just living life, having a good time. Top lane though, it's rough. Enchantress found the best creep in this lane as well. Like he got this little hellbear. It cannot be killed because it doesn't have mana. Oh, he did feed him in the end. And he took the Warpine Raider now, so unless he sends him down bottom, which is what he's gonna do. Kiritich?
Meanwhile, speaking of bottom, yeah, Kiritich forced to stand his ground and fight inside the calling, but that's going to favor the Terrorblade at the end, so very nice trade for them. Even
there's a
Terrorblade's going to
Warpine
continue
Raider
hunting
coming,
Ike, 'cause, yeah, like you're saying with the Warpine Raider, it's going to do a little bit of extra damage. Still, Seed Shot back up in 10 seconds, it's quite a while, and unfortunately it's not going to result in a kill, but will be a nuisance for Ike.
Yeah, it was more about just diving, right? Like being able to tank the tower hits. That's what this Warpine Raider is about. If he can tank it, then TB can actually hit the target. They might even dive this SF. It's a big creep wave.
It's taking a lot of
so much
damage.
damage, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, what's going on actually? Why is he taking so much?
It's just SF against a lot of creeps and Warpine Raider as well. Going on Tusk now. He's got no mana.
Man, what has happened bottom? What's happening top as well? Like, this has been crazy. SF died. Is going to miss like 2 full waves. You're going to lose your support. Kiritich might die as well. Squadex, the Sand Kings ran to bottom. This is not even a TP. Like, what's going on?
I guess, did he get the bounty? Yeah, he got the bounty, so it's not like the worst rotation from the Sand King. Like, you go in, he was probably farming the stacks anyway, he gets the bounty rune, goes back mid lane afterwards, kind of a standard rotation by your mid laner. SSS is fine to run away though from these shards. Top lane is probably the worst part, for, in my opinion, for VP right now, because Dazzle is a hero that definitely wants to dominate the lane. And so far, he has definitely not done that. Especially because Nyx has been dying a couple of times. Oh, actually, one time each, right? Like Nyx once and Noticed once.
So how do you play this lane then? Up top in particular, like, because you've been mentioning like Raine's done a pretty decent job to try and keep the creeps away from the Nyx assassin and also taking creeps that don't have mana. But like, do you want the Nyx just to leave this lane and go play a little bit more for himself?
I think he cannot do that. If he can leave the lane to hit a creep, right? Get some creep and then go back in. Because you need to protect Noticed. And look at the Ange, by the way. He's all 3 of them once again doing this Wisdom Rune rotation. It might just work this time around. And Antares might fall too if he goes in.
This is a big TP though in Squad X. Might actually die before he's able to get some of the spells off though. Bar Strike to the northern side, importantly noticed. Going to be able to give him some bonus health to work with, and That is enough to keep Squad X alive. They even thought about TPing the Tusk, but no further fight will break out. It's just a chase down that they will finish off easily. So I believe the Wisdom, yeah, it did go to die. So this time they're going to get double Wisdom.
Honestly, I think that's still worth for Dire. It's still a good trade. Like, when it comes to gold, of course it isn't, but when it comes to experience, you are keeping this Nyx Assassin on level 4. Your Ench is already 5.5. Muerta, almost 5. You want to keep the Nyx as low XP as possible for as long as possible. Huge rotation down bottom, but can they get him? Let's see. They have a really good ward that gave this opportunity to them.
Body box. Be able to get in front. I mean, they have so many slows after as well.
He gave up.
Bit of a weakness of this here inside the river. Something else is going on. We've got a bit of a battle that will favor Squad X along with Antares. No need of the epicenter. You were speaking about levels before for the supports. Well, Antares getting involved. That's would be a big benefit for him getting close towards a Vendetta.
Yeah, it's also a good game for him, right? So many AoE spells that he can carapace. You're always able almost to set up on the Ember, to set up on the Gyrocopter with a carapace. This guy is a wild card, this Dazzle. Like, even though his lane was like, he died once, Nyx died once, he's still doing very fine when it comes to net worth. And he actually has more gold than the Gyro, yeah. So overall the lane is fine for him.
Even the Shadowfiend as well, I'm a bit surprised. I mean, I know his last hits look great, 59 and 14, but I really felt like there was a lot that, I guess what he missed, he probably could have even been further ahead, so it just wasn't enough to...
You know, they are rotating top, Ember is top as well. And it's a miss. Yeah, they don't get him.
Given some free time to Squad X, which is getting closer towards the Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, bottom, Ike is going to run into the Terrorblade along with the Muerta. Metamorphoses should help secure the kill. Snowball still into the calling. Gonna look for a TP out. Might need the wreck where Kiritich was thinking about it, but saw that he was potentially okay without it.
The bug is on the prowl. He does have that level 6. Let's see what he can do with it. It's still very good timing. I mean, not too bad, right? Like sub minute 10. Can set up on this next rune fight. Yep.
Free kill onto Not Me. That'll be the case. They're going to be able to get the...
Rune?
I guess maybe stepped away so it didn't get stolen? I don't know.
I think he just forgot.
Difference is running down Antares, especially with the Terrorblade's location. Difference taking a lot of damage. And he's gonna have mana for the Sunder with the magic one. They need to hold a stun afterwards. Fire Strike will come through with a burst from Kiritich. They're gonna be able to blow him up. Unfortunately, shards will not block in the Enchantress, so she's able to slip out. But these are some kills that are starting to favor Virtus.pro, and this net worth lead is representing that as well. We're up to 2,000 now. About to be 11 minutes in.
Such a nice rotation by SF. You know, like he actually gave them that extra burst damage needed for the TB kill. Just moved in there. Like you said, this network, all 3 cores of Radiant are on top right now. They're, even though the wards are very deep, the dire wards, they're not really utilizing them. Instead, Gyro
go for Woe.
He's so dead.
That he is indeed. Because they're making their own play on the opposite side of the map by the looks of it. So Woe will go down. Ember's got a TP top, but inside the river, Not Me and Rainer were also trying to do whatever they could to maybe stop the stacks, but you were not going to be able to enter up this high ground, not into Squad X, who was ready and with Ike nearby. So that's a big kill onto Woe. First death of the game here for the Gyrocopter, and notices, yeah, we thought he was getting slowed down a little bit from the early game. It's really proving not to be the case now with the space he's got in.
No, all of them are living life, like a good life as well. Like Sand King has that Blink Dagger, Dazzle, 2 out of 4 pieces of his Aghanims, so 1/2 or 2/4 for people in Australia.
Come on, bro.
Oh, the pieces are completed.
It's not as intellectual, it's okay.
He's almost the third item. Looking good. Gyro as well, he's like a bit tankier than he used to be with the items that he's buying right now, but he's still one of those squishier cores early in the game, and Nyx Assassin loves that. He's got 800 gold at the moment in the bank, going for, of course, what else? Dagon.
Easy yoink of a creep. Squad X is going to be here ready to go. Run into Ryan, not the target of course they want, but unfortunately
They see Gyro
they could
as
get
well.
a plus
like,
one, yeah, Antares got a glimpse of him.
He juked them. He
What, the scan? It's still red. Still red, they know he's in there. Oh, oh, they're coming though. It's a big cooldown. Difference, he's gonna do so much damage on the Ember Spirit with them all clumped up together.
And the deny.
That's a massive core down, and that's going to help out in potentially resulting in a teamfight success for them. They'll try and charge up the Requiem. Difference able to slip out. Now Triple S is going to try and chase down Ike. He needs some extra assistance. Can he get the boys though in range? Reflection is slow. Looks like this is going to be an extra kill. Nicely done. Jari juked long enough for the rest of the team to get there and provide whatever they were missing to be able to turn the tides.
You gotta tip your Ember here. Come on, whoa. I know he is maybe a bit tilted after game number 1, but you gotta tip that Ember. He got denied. Like, Ember denied the Gyro. So, even though you lost the Gyro, this is still great for you. That's such a great comeback. Nicely done by Woe to understand that he can use his spells and just buy enough time.
Unnoticed. So gonna look for the Dazzle next too. Is really holding the Grave to the last second. That nuke is not going to come out though. Notice falling lower and lower by the moment. He needs some help. Are there any extra TPs or rotations? Anything for Notice?
Sand King.
He's not going to go down, and now Sand King leaps over the top. And Difference, Remnants, they've all been used. Has none left to be able to escape the danger. Shards?
Getting baited by that Dazzle once again. Ike.
Is Ike getting baited?
Deep here. Yeah.
It's a nice calling location. And Taris does see Woe over to the right side, though. They're going to try and jump the Gyrocopter, but the damage... Now with the Dragon Lance, he's got some extra health. That's not going to matter, because Kiritich is here too. What is going on this series? Once again, we've got 5-on-5s breaking up 15 minutes in the game. Kiritich trying to land some raises. Have they got the nuke? They will. Sunder, it's already been used. Double kill for the Shadow Fiend.
Absolute non-stop brawl. I love this. Like, this is your welcome to Eastern Europe, my friend. This is how it usually looks in our pubs. This is how we play Dota. But yes, overall, I kind of don't like that One Move is making all of these fights, because Gyro kind of needs to farm a little bit more. And you're also doing all of these fights into a Dazzle. Like, this hero is a brawl god.
Speaking of the Dazzle, Kiritich thinking about the Requiem, but the silence might prevent the Grave. Requiem buys Notice enough time. The ultimate was there, keeping Notice alive. He's still going to go down afterwards. It's a bit more messy for Virtus.pro this time, though. It's going to favor the boys on One Move, and maybe they're looking for more. Squad X ducks away. Ike, however, is not going to have a similar fate. Difference, he's going to be able to Remnant to close the distance. They'll get the Tuskar as well.
Nicely done. Like, just as I was saying that brawling doesn't really benefit them, they prove me wrong. They just brawl a bit better, I guess, this time around, and they're the ones that hit first. If you look at Virtus.pro, they also have a couple of items coming that they could have waited for. Like, Dazzle didn't have his Aghanims in that last fight, now he's got it. A huge power spike for them. And of course, you used so many of your resources in the previous fights that continuing to stay there and pressure the tower was probably a bit too greedy.
Squad X is beelining to top off the back of the haste. They've got really good vision set up though, so they're going to see the Sand King in this area.
He went for the courier. He literally blinked in for the courier, and he lost his haste to enchant. Ike?
That's it on. They're going to protect the ward. It's just a tusk, but it's still a kill nonetheless. It's going to pretty much make this net worth even.
Yep. He had Pavis. Like, he could have maybe... I mean, they could have helped him, but they didn't want to. Your next assassin is farming his Dagon down bottom. He's very close to it, like 200 gold away, more or less. Once he gets that Dagon, it's kind of a big power spike for him too. What else is coming up? Like, you have the Aghanims, of course, we mentioned on Dazzle. There's a Bloodstone being purchased by Sand King. 2 more items and he's got it. I'm crazy. Didn't Tusk have Pavis already? Probably. No, I was clicking on Ench, probably. Yeah, she's got it.
Speaking of the end, Scanner's on the mark, but unfortunately it's just her instead of anyone else. Be able to get the kill though. And it's not really going to lead into anything. I mean, I guess there's an illusion rune potentially for the Sand King to pick up, but top is getting shoved from the Terrorblade, who's pretty close to Pipe as well, which is going to mitigate a large portion of the damage.
Can I just say that Terrorblade being on offlane is a blasphemy to Dota?
Yes, it is.
I can accept any other hero on offlane. Anti-mage offlane, sure. I can accept it. I truly can. Terrorblade being on offlane.
What's the difference? Hang on.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is some Giga Ego, Giga Chad hero from position 1, you know? Like, I'm carrying the game on my own.
Try and charge at the Requiem, but the Deadshot's going to be able to prevent that. And the extra Sans that he runs into means there is no sacrificial ultimate before he dies. It'll still be a 1-for-1 though, nonetheless.
This is the moment you click on your Dazzle and you check his TP inventory. He doesn't have one.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Oh well. He did try, I guess. Or he TP'd bottom, I'm not sure. But in any case, he wasn't there when his Shadow Fiend needed him. These dives under the tower, when you have a Dazzle in your team, usually don't work. Because you just TP and grave. Wasn't the case this time.
That means there's potentially no defense going to be set up. Oh, I should just go down to the illusions, notice. Run from the other side. Not me, unfortunately, is going to be the only casualty by the looks of it of die, but at least it is no cause will fall. You still have Woe continuing to farm. Scepter now being delivered on the courier.
Nice little attack range on that level 10 talent. It's good with Poison Plume, because everyone is getting Poison Touch on them, and then you get plus 300 attack range, I guess. It's Dazzle, like, sure you right-click nicely, but this hero is more about just spamming spells, really. In the upcoming team fights, the Aghanims helps with that as well.
Difference is getting scouted out by Antares. Person's going to come through from the portal. It's going to be noticed, and he's there fast enough. No Remnant was already set up as well. I don't know if there was a 0.2 of a timing for him to be able to get away, but regardless, so nice kill.
I want the Dazzleator Dazzle to be back, you know? Get Dazzle, buy a Dazzleator, yeah. There's there's even a cosmetic for Dazzle. He's got a Dazzleator cosmetic. The sight.
I would have. I have to imagine I would have seen this.
You 100% have, yeah.
Whoa,
it's not
they're
really
coming
the
through
most.
the portal. Not me might see them though. But hang on, they're trying to set up, but it's going to be multiple heroes that come through. We'll see if this is a fight they want to take nonetheless. Okay, Squad X, he's by himself currently. The Bloodstone, a lot of health is coming back. Graves going to be able to protect him as well for the moment. It's not that much. Squad X unfortunately doesn't get a second. He's still alive? What? Someone kill this man! Curatits, they left the Sand King. He thought he was as good as dead, but that is not the case. Squad X! Oh, this hero with Bloodstone's so dumb. You give a Dazzle over to him as well, and now they've caught up to the Ember. No Remnants to work with. Long range Hex.
That shard that shard from Dazzle coming into play. And I honestly thought that they're losing that fight. I even said, like, they're losing this fight. Like, Nyx Assassin died, and the Sand King was very isolated. But they stopped hitting him. Like, you have to finish off the Sand King, or the Bloodstone does exactly that. Insane damage that dealt by Squadix, but of course all of that was basically allowed by the Dazzle. He's the one, the man of the match right there.
And now they're going to be able to get Roshan as a result of that. Will take them quite some time. Meanwhile, Antares is looking for a solo kill. Not me. Will be fun. This is... I don't know about this one. I think your Nyx Assassin potentially baited you, and SquadX sees that. So he's going to leave, not being able to get the last little bit of damage they need for Not Me, but at least the mid laner gets out.
Now that pipe saving Not Me right there. And he's kind of tanky as well on Muerta. It's not the squishiest Muerta. He's got Atos and drums, like, plus the pipe from TB, of course. A lot of magic damage coming. All magic damage coming from Sand King at this point anyway.
Net worth lead continuing to go further and further into VP's favor. 9,000 gold for them. Haven't really, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say, honestly, I haven't really felt the impact much of Shadow Fiend, but Kiritich is 8, 3, and 4. But I feel like,
he's
I don't know, these fights have been a bit weird.
Yeah, his presence was definitely felt. Like, he's dealing a lot of damage in these team fights. The Requiems as well were kind of on point. He saved his teammates multiple times. I'd say he's been a major part of all their fights, and I'd say he's been very active for an SF. Like, most of the carries that we're seeing in this region are a bit more passive, but he's been doing a really good job at joining all these fights and making a difference.
What is it? 12 out of the 22 kill participation here for the Shadow Fiend.
Yep.
Daedalus is what he has queued up into the Satanic BKB just completed. Quick and easy one. 5 heroes from one move looking to try and defend their jungle, and they will do so. Terrorblade might... Okay, never mind. Antares is thinking about that, but of course I don't see anyone else really playing behind him. They are aware that maybe something is going on.
Yeah. Woe almost moved into, but the Requiem was fake pumped like a bazillion times. Can they like pressure this? Because they do have an Aegis and a BKB on SF. I feel like this is probably time for Radiant to make a move. They can wait for Ike, of course.
I guess that's a thing, right? Yeah, like you said, probably waiting for Ike, so wasting a little bit of time with this Aegis. We'll respawn and tip to the outpost and start to move over. Lanes are in a good position, though, for Radiant to get stuff done across the map. Now you have 5. CO2 tower is not going to be defended. They'll look to give it up. Woe closing in on the 18. Importantly, though, closing in on the BKB. This wave down bottom should be able to give him that gold that he needs. I mean, Maelstrom was just completed as well for the Ember, so next item for him.
I feel like the BKB on their side is important. But these BKBs that came for Radiant, though, on Dazzle and the SF, like, these are big, like, complete game changers. Gyro is a lot of magic damage still. Like, he's a lot of mixed damage at this point. Oh, the initiation is there.
The Terror Blade burst. It's plentiful.
They might... Can they... Like, in some normal game in which you have, like, a Mars on offlane or some other hero, sure, you can poke this SF and take him down, but you're playing into a Dazzle. Like, you poked him, sure, he just heals up. Goes straight back into hitting your high ground.
Squad X another jump in. This time it's going to be onto the Gyrocopter, who's got BKB and ready to turn. Squad X himself is going to protect him. Golden escape, and they are out. That's a big victory for Virtus.pro. Kiritich can heal back up. And they can maybe look to go now. I mean, Gyrocopter, how are you going to be able to fight without this?
I don't think they can actually push high ground. Can they? Maybe they are gonna go back in. Let's see. Squadix doesn't have a BKB, but oh, look at the Ember. Well, if they kill him, for sure they can. not really gonna happen. The Aegis is out in about 30 seconds. So even though it looked like, okay, we got the BKB off of Gyro, maybe we can push now. It's not that simple.
They saw the Terrorblade farming
He
to
might
the
be
far
dead again.
north.
Yep.
Oh, that timing is... Oh, my...
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Dazzle.
Okay, Notice has to pop the BKB. The calling has been really frustrating for Virtus.pro. Woe's charging aggressively into the middle. BKB's still on cooldown for the Gyrocopter, so he's going to be cautious. Squad Exo, unfortunately, unable to enter the team fight.
Dazzle
the
is
Requiem
dead.
does its best, but it's not going to matter. The Aegis has expired, but with the Epicenter there on top of Dire. Sundell, he'll get it off at the last second, but it does nothing. Gyro TP gone. Difference, maybe he could be the factor to turn the tides, but he is nuked down.
Dude, they're just dying so quickly to this SF. It looked like maybe I can completely understand why one move moved down and went for them, because you just forced the BKB out of Dazzle as well. You're thinking, okay, if we can kill the Dazzle, we can take a fight. The buyback on Gyro.
Buying back an aggressive tip into the middle.
He's got the BKB though.
Should be able to kill Ike. Snowball up the last second. He's going to be able to keep himself okay, but of course, it is further inside the base he goes. It's just a question of everyone else.
Yeah, they took his gem, so the buyback, you get the Tusk kill, you save your side, your game, and you take a gem away from them. It's like a pretty impactful buyback. It's good. Not really the hero that you want to use buyback on, but you had no other option. Like a very, how to put it, like very strange game. I feel like Virtus.pro, when they were pushing that high ground, they didn't even have to commit with the Sand King the way he did the first time when they forced that BKB. I feel like you could just stand there and protect the SF and make them go and make them do the initiation. Because one thing that one move really do not have is a way of initiating. Like when you look at these heroes, it's all like poking and prodding from distance. But if you can just spam with Dazzle, who's got a Bloodstone now as well, like you don't really care that much, right? Like a Bloodstone... Sorry, I'm crazy. He doesn't have a Bloodstone. He's got a BKB that he had before.
So
I'm clicking on one hero and talking about the other. Yeah, like overall, I feel like for Virtus.pro, it's much easier to take these fights when they're around objectives and they have the Aegis, because it's difficult for one move to find the right angle to initiate in.
Smoke up. They did see, unfortunately, that smoke was inside the sentry range. So they're going to be able to play accordingly. You see Dire instantly beelining back towards safety of their base, although they are pinging at Tara's, I think. They're starting to move over players 5. Kirtich gonna show himself in the middle lane, and you've got Squad X ready to go as well. Double damage rune picked up.
He's
See if they even consider about mounting a defense.
He's pumping, I'm not gonna use it in the end. The Yules, they did catch, not me.
It did. Should be able to get a pretty quick and easy kill onto Not Me. Piston Veil is going to be applied. It'll make it work for a 4 stuff in, and our Squad X actually has to use BKB as well on the Sand King.
Like, overall, I feel like every time they initiate like this, they're shooting themselves in the foot. It's like, maybe even unnecessary, you know? But then again, you want to get kills. That's Dota. I respect it. This patch, however, has been kind of... At one point in this patch, it's been all around these glass cannon right clickers, and then you just stand behind them with something like a Tusk. In this game, Tusk and Dazzle. And you don't really have to make any plays. You just put them up front and you heal them. Let them... Exactly what they're doing right now. This SF is the true tower in the game. Just stands and hits. But if you initiate and if you put him out of position, that's when it becomes kind of scary.
Dazzle is showing away from the team. Do not have everyone currently. Kiritich Ready to spring a trap.
They don't have Nyx, they don't have Dazzle. It's basically they are tipping in though.
So scan went red, they were aware something going on. Big items completed. Kiritich butter, Octarine on Dazzle. Getting under the base, trying to potentially get themselves set up for a Roche fight down bottom.
That
Someone's
Shadow
taking the
Wave
Lotus.
is under 7-second cooldown, by the way, on the Shadow Wave.
Oh, I don't know. This could be crazy. Squad X with a jump over towards the Enchantress. They'll start onto the support and blow her up. 4v5 instantly. It's not bad. Difference continuing to poke as well, but as long as Noticed is okay, he could help the sustained battle. Double burrow strike inside the tree line. Kiritich, oh, he's got the numbers and the net worth advantage. Woe is just getting beat down to the Gyrocopter. Can't do anything. Kiritich is too strong. Requiem's going to be there as well. The fear duration, it's long enough to get the nuke on both the Ember and the Terrorblade. They're too far behind. It's 23,000.
Yep.
They're not even coming close to being able to take any good fights.
It's like they take too long fights. That's the problem that I'm seeing here. It's like if they instantly go, like if you looked at the first volley of damage, everyone on VP was on like 50%. But you allow the Dazzle to use 2 Shadow Waves by the time you initiate again. And by the time you do that, they're all ready to fight once again. And they're all full HP. SF, when it comes to SF versus Gyro, is definitely the stronger one on these one-on-one fights. This could be just game.
Oh. Double the die back. And the G's are going to be called.
GG.
Alright. VP. 2-0 from them. They're going to be able to continue on. They will have another series later tonight. They will be facing the winner of PuckChamp versus Na'Vi Junior.